the science of the hormones that are being released in your brain that are pumping you up, and you're pumping up your audience. But don't use that to manipulate. Don't use dopamine to keep us engaged and motivated, right? And with characters that, like, Richard Branson struggled with dyslexia, and oxytocin to build trust and empathy, right? That they're doing good things for the environment, and the endorphins to make us feel good, and using humor. Les Brown is probably the best at humor of all of these entrepreneurs, storytellers. Then serotonin, fostering a feeling of well-being and belonging to the community. And then going in for the sale, doing the ask, but with the cortisol, creating tension and focus. Like, if you don't buy now, your life could fall apart, your marriage could end, your business could fail. Let me talk to you a little bit about these, but don't use them for manipulation. Dopamine is the reward hormone. Keeps listeners engaged, motivated. Use cliffhangers. Like, okay, I first met this woman. I saw her at a conference. She was beautiful, curly hair. I couldn't believe it. It was like radiating energy all around her, beaming. I went across the cafeteria and broke in line behind her. I cut in line, and I heard her say, "I'm only going to date vegetarians from now on," because I had to make meat for my ex-husband. And I said, "Hey, I'm a vegetarian. I heard you say that. What's good here?" Of course, I wasn't a vegetarian. I was just going to say that. And then I said, oh my God, I don't want to be lying to this person. The relationship could take off. So I became a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for about 30 years. And we did get married. We're happily ever after. And it's amazing. Now, that's the reward hormone, dopamine, I just used on you, right? Then there's oxytocin, the connection hormone. We joined the Insight community. We went to a lot of personal development seminars. We asked each other in one of those seminars, "What do you want?" And she says, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want you." And she says, "I want you." And we rolled on the floor hugging, and everybody's applauding. And well, I've just given you oxytocin, the connection hormone. But then there's endorphins, right, that flow through the body and your bloodstream and everything. And the storyteller will incorporate that with humor, right? With good humor. For example, I was doing a keynote event in Manchester, England. It was a big ballroom event. And I was carried away because one of my friends was really being picked on for being a lesbian. And this Freudian psychology freak was saying that you can't come out because that imposes your coming out on other people who don't want to know about this lifestyle. And I'm going, oh, geez, what an idiot. And I'm trying to console her and talk to other people. And then I went to the bathroom and into the men's room, and the guy there, Ken, says, "Hey, you're supposed to be on stage now. It's your main event here at the conference." And I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah. Don't you realize what you're doing, David?" And so I ran out and I went to the ballroom, and everybody was there, and I came in, and they said, "Oh, you showed up." And I said, "Yeah, I showed up. I was talking to Ken in the men's room." And everybody laughed. and I forgot my speech. I forgot my preparation. And what I did was, when anybody came in the room late, I said, "Oh, hey, Ralph, you just walked in. I remember you. I remember the things we did together. Welcome." And I just did that, and people loved it. Anyway, so I'm giving you a feel-good endorphins. Now, you want to close the deal? Don't abuse this last one, the cortisol. It's the attention hormone. It's stress. It's triggered by conflict, danger, a sense of urgency. It's like a thriller, a suspense story. For example, I'll say, okay, we came out of the church, we were packed in the car, and somebody cut me off, and I flipped them the finger, and they pulled out a gun, and they held it to my head. They rolled down the window and held it to my head. I stood there I was going to take them on. And everybody else in the floor, children, adults, we were the packed car, they were saying, David, we're here. Don't start anything. And I said, oh my goodness. Well, that's a cliffhanger, right? It's conflict, it's danger, it's sense of urgency. And yeah, I learned to control my anger. And I learned to be gentle and to count to 10 or maybe 100 before. But see, how is this used in sales? I've just been to a big sales seminar, spent 3 days, got a lot of good information, but there were some people there trying to do cortisol, the thing with the conflict and the danger. If you don't buy this seminar, it's $10,000. But keep in mind, if you're just a $1,000 purchaser of storytelling seminars, you need to be spending $10,000 to get the impact. The bigger the price, the better the impact you're going to have in your life as an entrepreneur. And I'm going like, well, that doesn't make sense, But people were signing up, and that person walked away with a couple $100,000 in sales from about 300 people that most of them didn't buy, thank goodness. Because these are skills. Go to Toastmasters and learn to tell a better story and learn some humor. Watch some comedy. Or come and visit me. I'll give you a half hour of free entrepreneurs storytelling playbook for free because I just like to help people and teach them. That's the kind of guy I am. Don't forget, January 10th, you can come to our free event. It's going to be on Zoom. And it's about 90 minutes. I've invited some of the best authorities in entrepreneurship and storytelling and that I know in the world that I trust and that are ethical. And you can come and join in that. Just go to davidbogie.com or csistory.com and go there. And I'll give you a free gift. I'll give you a chapter from the wonderful book on business storytelling in entrepreneurship by Duncan Paley. You'll get the introduction of the book. It's a $920 value. See, there I go again. All right. This is David Bogie. I hope you had a wonderful time.